Timberwolf used to rule these woods. He was revered by the native tribes as a god. When European settlers came, they hunted the wolves, chased them north, slaughtered them. The wolves of these regions were thought to be extinct. They're coming back. They know this is their home. They're fighters. Just like you. You were a fighter today. A wolf. It's just the kind of spirit this park needs. You hungry? You want to get something to eat, little wolf?
Hey everyone, The Last Shoegazer here, bringing you a movie review for 2019's The Ranger. This one has received mixed reviews pretty much across the board. A lot of people have said it's trash, it's a terrible film, but I don't know, I disagree. I picked this up at Walmart the other week at a pretty decent price. My buddy Sean, Cool Duder, he picked this up too, and yeah, he is kind of curious to hear my thoughts on it as well. He enjoys it, but yeah, I really liked it a lot. It's definitely a bit of an indie, low budget film, but overall the setting, the story, the overall look of it, the feel of it, I think it's really good. I wouldn't give it like my highest rating, but for I think what you're going into, get out of this, I think they were successful in kind of serving that up. I definitely, just watching the trailer when I saw that this was coming out and that Walmart was going to have it. It looked like sort of a throwback effort, a little bit of punk era stuff thrown in there, like late 80s, early 90s kind of feel, and then a lot of the story being set in the woods, surrounding this crazy ranger, yeah, it pretty much dished out just that. I was really hoping that it wouldn't focus too much on the overall like punk scene and get too caught up in all of that. While I think some movies are meant to do that, I did not want this to, and I was very happy that it did not. I mean, most of this was set out in the woods, yeah, it took a really horrific turn, kind of right when it felt like it was supposed to. There were some predictable parts, definitely the killer here, the ranger. Just watching the trailer for it, pretty much, gives it away that this is focused on him. He is the killer. He's right on the front cover here. But there are points when it seems like maybe he could be a good guy. So it kind of messes with your head a little bit, but not too much. And, the parts aren't overly predictable. And there are some twists and turns, some moments that were kind of shocking. Definite use of practical effects. The gore looked really great. I was pleasantly surprised by how awesome some of the attacks looked, and the effects, and just the overall practical approach was very refreshing and surprising with this indie effort. I thought the cast was pretty solid. It was definitely, a number of teens, and, their interactions with one another felt pretty organic and, held pretty true to, the style and the overall vibe of the punk scene. Some of the music thrown in there was pretty good. I really enjoyed that. It wasn't overkill. And then when we were out in the woods, the dynamic shifted, and it definitely felt more like a classic slasher in the woods. surrounding this crazy, deranged, psychotic ranger who at times, seems like he's actually, meaning well. So I liked that there were some of those switches throughout. But like I said, awesome setting. Most of it is set in the woods. It doesn't get caught up overly in the punk world of things. They're quickly swept off as they're kind of retreating into the woods for a certain reason, to kind of seek refuge and hide out after something goes terribly wrong. But yeah, even moments leading up to their retreat to the woods, to a really secluded, creepy cabin that is one of the girls, the main female character, her family cabin that she's kind of tragically attached to, has some really bad memories, pretty scarred, something that she was a part of. But as always, guys, I try not to give anything away, but I definitely recommend checking this out if you're a fan of indie slashers. It serves up a lot of fun, a lot of, over-the-top kills, the gore, the special effects, very surprising for, the budget that I'm sure that they worked with to pull this off. So yeah, I do not really agree with the negative reviews out there. I think for what people are paying for this and, what this is, I think it's definitely entertaining, enough that I would go back and watch it again. So I'm glad I bought it. So yeah, that is 2019's The Ranger. I'm interested to hear your opinions, as they compare to mine. You might feel completely different about this, and that's fine. But yeah, I would recommend it. Really enjoyed the camera work out in the woods. I thought everything was just done really, really well. And the ranger, the acting there, the interactions with the main female character, the other cast members. I just think everyone did a pretty good job in this. And I really like the finale too, and the overall kind of like throwback retro kind of feel. All a really fun time. So yeah, check out The Ranger, and thanks for watching, guys.
Hero Wolf, Chelsea. Don't you ever forget that. Please. And don't you ever forget me.